This is always one of my favorite holidays. I love holidays. Holidays are just awesome in general, right? Any reason to party, awesome. I'm a big fan, and I love celebrating 4th of July because it's such a fun time to be outside. You get to play Frisbee and have a picnic and wait really for a really long time until it finally gets dark enough for fireworks, which always drove me crazy as a kid, but definitely a fun time of year and just a fun time for, getting together with family and friends and enjoying the summertime. And I think one of the biggest things, of course, that I loved about it was fireworks. And, growing up in Colorado, I remember when I was younger, it was still kind of frowned upon to light off fireworks in Colorado because it's such a dry state. So we would, trek across into Wyoming a bit and buy some stuff there in Cheyenne and then come back down so that we could have some things to play with. We did that like once, I think, maybe. But it was always fun to have. And I know I was always jealous when we'd go to Minnesota because there was more things available. People set stuff off more often there because it's wet summer there, so you don't run the risk of starting fires. Certainly not a light topic considering the terrible fires that just hit Colorado and Colorado Springs. I have tons of family and friends that all live around that area or in Colorado Springs, and it's devastating to hear about what's happened. And I hope everybody is safe and, strong as they recover. But kind of back to what we were talking about with fireworks, right? So, when I moved to Japan, one of my favorite things is that there's tons of fireworks everywhere. You get to buy them in the grocery stores, at 7-Eleven they sell them everywhere. And really it starts about right in the late part of June, all the way through till mid-September or October even. They're a huge part of the festival season in Japan, or omatsuri, and when you have a big festival, there's usually a display of fireworks, as well as people setting them off in their homes. People go out on the verandas of their apartments, people will just go outside in the front part of their home. We have a ton of space, so we can do pretty much whatever we want here if we want to, except for the fact that my husband's chicken and won't get any of the big ones. But so one of the really common things is to buy these little bags of fireworks, and this is kind of what they look like here. This is like maybe $10. That's what the old yen rate, where $1 was 100 yen, which it's not anymore, of course. So this is probably more like $12 or $13 or something. But so this is what you're looking at here for these kinds of things, and it's got lots of good stuff in it. And I'll kind of open it up and let you guys see what it is. But this is just, there's this size, there's a super bigger size, there's more kinds of flat package types that just include pop bottle rockets. So all sorts of fun stuff in here. If you open it up, you can see all the cool stuff that's in here. And little kids, it's real common for them to set these off to hold on to them too and stuff, of course, with the parents' supervision, of course, to be careful. But you get one of these little fountain guys, of course. Let's see here. See how many fountains there are. This little guy. I always love the names they have, right? It's like that in the States too, though, This is like the whale. Oh, Kujira. Okay, so there's that one too. And another one of those too. Big whale. So that's a descriptive kind of name. You know that it's a fountain one then because of that. Some of the bigger bags do have ones actually shoot up into the sky to do a small explosion depending on the kind that you get. But this particular box, let's see here, there's a total of 5 of these little fountain guys that you get with this for that price. And then there's also a few of these the pop bottle rockets and such in here, sparklers and stuff. You can choose to set these off and let them shoot into the sky or hold them in your hands. Most of these are all sparklers though. I think there's one of these little guys to help light stuff if you want it. But the bulk of what's in here are these sparklers. And these are always the most fun for the little kids because they can hold on to them and play with them. But you can kind of see here there's a total of 6 sets of 4. So 24 in all of these sparklers that are included with that too. So those are fun. You light those and they just sparkle away. And then there's one of these spinning guys, which is really cool. Those are always fun to have. And that's the bulk of what's included in this kit. Now, the other thing that's included are these little guys, and They're called Sengo Hanabi. And it says right here, lovely, because they are so lovely. They're so beautiful. If you can get a chance to maybe look through YouTube to see if you can find some, I'll see if I can find a link to show you guys some pictures too in the description. But I had at least had never seen these in the States growing up. Maybe they are around, I don't know for sure. But when I came here, I thought they were like the coolest things in the entire world. They're little sparklers, and you have to hold them really still. And as you light it, kind of the material at the bottom kind of amasses into this really hot bulb of burning kind of, I don't even know what it's made out of, but it's this little bulb that kind of just gets really hot. You can tell it's a bright yellowy orange color. And then once it's reached a certain temperature, it starts to set off these little sparks in all directions, kind of like a lightning show. And it's just beautiful. And it's just so common to, hang out with your friends. You're, squatting down and holding one of these and talking and laughing. A big kind of image for, the festivals in Japan. People have on yukata and their little geita sandals, and you squat down and try not to have these burn your toes off when you play with them. But definitely really, really super cool. And there's about 4 or 5 in here, but you can just buy a pack of these anywhere for like 100 yen. So super fun kind of addition to the whole life of fireworks I wasn't used to. Now, the really loud, noisy ones that we usually see a lot of people have in the States, those are not as common, really, here in Japan. It's more about making things pretty with lights and sparkles. Now, there are the ones that do make noise, but those are specifically reserved more for when you're calling in the festival beforehand. You set those off, especially when there's festivals around Obon. Sending off loud noises, maybe scares the spirits, I don't know. But you don't really see people just setting them off to be noisy and annoying like they do in the States. So usually people wait and set these off, the colorful, bright, sparkly ones they save, and set off at night. So you have to be quick, can't save these too long. Of course, the humidity's so bad here that if you can't wait till next year to set them off because they'll be ruined. But definitely kind of one of my favorite things about Japanese summers.